I just
else's.
feel like I just feel like it's more of like a natural thing for people to always want more, and there's always going to be like a
Well,
bad
that's the
apple
thing
for
is people are going to want more, but not in the way that they're going to be greedy about it. They're going to want more and they're going to want to create more. Like people are going to make, like the people who make mods want the games to be better, and so they make them better. Is more profitable to undercut and everybody else over. And that's just not how we should build society. That wasn't a terrible idea. Like at first, it was better than feudalism. You know, it was better than kings and stuff. At least you had a chance to own your own business, but not anymore. Like now people don't get paid enough to even get they can't even build credit. They can't even take out a loan to start a business anymore, and they can't even pay their rent. And that's the other thing too. Landlords are totally useless. Like at least Johnny, who made his own concrete business, he started a business. If you buy a house, that doesn't mean you built the house. That just means you bought the house, and then you can charge somebody else to live in it. And if they don't pay you enough, they become homeless, and you still have the house, and you just find someone who pays you more. There's actually more empty homes than homeless people right now, and that's only getting worse and worse over time. Because again, those homes make more money being empty than they do having people pay rent. Because what rich people do is they buy a bunch of the houses and then they go up in value because there's less and less people, that like it's like painting and shit. The house is not a house anymore, it's just an investment. It literally, like if you own a home and it's maintained, 3 years later, it's going to be worth more than when you bought it. So then you can sell it for more. And also, if you have people living in it, they'll give you rent, but that house is going to be used. So you're going to have to, fix it and stuff over time. If nobody stays in it, it doesn't get broken down. So it makes more money to just be evil. Like it's literally the worst possible thing. It's just wrong. And there's nothing wrong with it again because we discovered it. It's better than feudalism. But the best thing is democracy. Everybody should own a piece of the business. Now here's the thing. If Johnny starts a business and everybody gets a democratic thing in it, who are you going to vote to start the business? You're going to probably vote Johnny in the leader because he knows he started the business. It's his. And frankly, it's his business too at a small scale. But I think we should move democracy from big down. I think that Johnny should be the last person to democratize their workplace. I think we need to start with Amazon and Walmart and Starbucks and stuff. We don't need Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and everybody at the top. If you work at Dunkin' Donuts, you don't need the owner sitting at home sipping margaritas. He's not doing anything. You guys run the business. He comes in every month or so and says, oh, you need to clean the floors better. That's all he fucking does, and he gets paid 10 times as much as you do. You don't need that. But here's the thing: if everybody can have food, housing, healthcare, education, and transportation all together. If we give everybody those things because we have enough tools and machinery to do that, we can just give everybody a decent apartment, a decent food, like 3 meals a day. You don't need steaks all the time, but maybe like every couple weeks you can get one. But literally, if everybody had enough food stamps to survive, a guaranteed apartment to live in based on their size and internet and stuff, and then they also had healthcare because we need free healthcare because again, it's only becoming more expensive because we pay for it because of insurance companies. So if everybody had free healthcare like they do in the whole rest of the planet, except fucking America, and education is the same way. That's the thing is if education's free and you have a house and everything, or an apartment at least, a place to live, then you go to school to learn what you want to do. Like I went to school to be an electrician. So I go to school, I learn how to be an electrician, and then I can be an electrician if I have a place to live and go, and I can do that, and I can start my own business or whatever. And if I don't want to do that, I can go to school and do something else. Or, I can be a streamer or something like that, or I can do both. And then we also have, when you do that, everybody, nobody becomes homeless and then unemployable, because we already do this basically. We already do keep people alive, and it costs money and taxes, and it's called jail. If people are homeless, 99% of the time they end up thrown in prison eventually. And then once you're in prison, you can't go to school anymore. They used to let you. Some places do. You can read books and stuff sometimes, but they probably don't. And then. But you're still costing everybody money. You're still costing taxes to live in your cell and get your shitty prison food that poisons people, and also prison labor. You end up working often for free or for pennies anyway. So the whole point of prison is just free labor basically anyway. So we get rid of prisons and we move mental health care because mental health care is part of health care. And then everybody has an apartment, everybody has a thing. Then everybody can participate in the economy. Whereas when they're homeless or in jail, they're dragging on the economy. economy. They're still there, but they're literally holding things down. Every time they do a study and they give people even just basic income, like $1,000 a month, it ends up paying for itself. Like literally because they buy food, they pay taxes. When you give people money, they buy things. And when they buy things and invest, then they pay taxes. And then those taxes go up. Especially the more people doing it, the less each person needs to pay. The smaller the taxes can even be. And when you do that, everybody does it, and it literally pays for itself. Literally, when you have food, housing, healthcare, education, and transportation, it pays for itself exponentially because people can work. And then when that job is no longer as good as it used to be, then you go to school and you find the next job. And also, you know how people make indie games and mods and stuff for free all the time? People don't need to make money to work. If I had a house, dude, if I literally had my own apartment and food and shit, I would work like 5 or 6 hours a day as like a bus driver for like whatever. Like I wouldn't care. I could still stream and go to school and everything. If I could do all that shit for free, I would be doing electricity even better because I wouldn't have to fucking find a job. Like I could start my own business.
I think all of that also comes down to like something that's like so much more like natural, and that's like whether or not people want to. Because like here's my thing, like let's say we give somebody $1,000 a month for food stamps, right? It's still their choice on what they spend that on, and like people are greedy. Like
but they're still spending it.
Even
it's
though
better
you
than
and I,
hoarding it,
yeah, but
rich people.
even though you and I acknowledge that we don't need fucking steaks every day.
Yeah.
There's people out there who will spend that food stamps on
they buy
steaks every
4
day,
steaks,
and they won't have any more, and then they'll need more, and they'll take more. You know what I'm saying? And like,
but here's
it also
the thing:
comes down to this
they've
too,
actually
is that,
done
like,
studies about them. I'll let you finish.
Well, it's not that the studies don't even matter, because it's not that like it doesn't matter how many people do that. It only takes one bad apple to ruin a tree. You know what I'm saying? And
not
like,
necessarily. Actually,
like
that's the thing. That's the thing. The more we do this, the more people can afford to actually cheat a little bit. Like if everybody had a house and everything, and food and transportation, you know, some people would spend years some people would just play video games all day. But guess what? You can make money.
I'm talking about
that.
Again though, that's like that all comes back down, like what I'm saying is it all comes down to like somebody's choice. You know what I mean? Like not everybody is going to want to play.
But here's the thing: you have to make the way to do that is to make the better choices easier. The easier you make it for people to help each other and find work and stuff, the easier that is, more people will do it. Because like I was saying with the studies, with what they did was they had buffets, and when people paid for a buffet, they would end up taking a lot of food because they paid whatever. But if the buffet was free, people would only really take what they needed. A few people took a lot, but especially when they had it for several days, after like the 3rd or 4th day, those people stopped taking extra because it was still there. They had no reason to hoard. It was available to them.
But see, like like that's what I'm saying though, is that like they made a choice the first day to take extra, and they made a choice
but here's the
last day
thing: you
not
have
to.
to be able to make that mistake and learn from it. Right now, like we talk about how people have the freedom to fail, because when you fail, you can't get back up. And if they're really strong, superhuman motherfuckers, they can like turn themselves into stone and make that shit out. But you shouldn't have to be Superman to fucking make it out of that. You should be able to be like me. You should be a fucking loser, but you should be able to still fucking do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just born.
Yeah, but I
lucky.
think
My
it's
parents
like,
have,
see, like,
you know.
but I'm saying, like, even then, right? Like, even then, like, let's say, like, I play by the rules and everything's easy. There's still some, like, people out there who are gonna want more, and then who try to find ways
but
to
here's the
profit
thing:
off of
the
other
difference
people.
between then and now.
But those are the people who own corporations now, though. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
it's like,
well,
that's what
those
I'm
are
saying,
those
like,
are the people who like steal from other people.
that,
If you
like,
want something,
and that greed will always exist, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that want
it will.
And greed is what kills it for other people, because there's people who play by the rules and then see somebody else who's playing by the rules still have way more than them.
Oh my God, I just
they're not
deleted
gonna want to either.
Yeah,
You know?
no, you're right. Guess what? Those people won't actually have the ability to exploit other people this way because it'll be democratic. If they try to start a business and steal other people's money, they're just gonna stop working there. You know? Like why would I work for a wage when I could work for myself? Everybody else
I just feel like I just feel like it's more of like a natural thing for people to always want more, and there's always gonna be like a.
Well,
bad
that's the
apple
thing
for
is people are gonna want more, but not in the way that they're gonna be greedy about it. They're gonna want more, and they're gonna want to create more. Like people are going to make, like the people who make mods want the games to be better, and so they make them better. But right now under capitalism, you can be like, oh, you can't mod this game because you don't own it. But if everybody owns the game, then yeah, you make mods, and then you can download the best version of the game. And like and people get rewarded for actually doing that rather than having to sit at home and being fined for trying to do that, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I just think there's always gonna be issues.
Yeah, there will.
I just don't think it would ever work smoothly.
But well, even if it didn't work perfectly, it would still work better than it does now. You know, like people, because again, we have more empty houses than homeless people. Like we could house everybody. Like literally, there could just not be any homelessness more right now. Like
But
overnight.
also,
We could just do that.
to be fair, and like this, fucked up, but a lot of people who like
Mm-hmm.
not everybody, like it's a very small percentage, but there is a percentage of homeless people who probably don't deserve houses. You know
Well,
what I mean? Who
they
probably
don't,
made
they're,
shit
there are
decisions to end up.
jerks, but no, nobody deserves to be homeless, you know? Like even
No,
if
but I
they're an
think
asshole, they just deserve an apartment, you know? Because again, if you're homeless, you have a much, much, much harder time learning from your mistakes than if you had a house and you just, you know, were a dick and nobody likes you. You know, then at least you still have the ability to go to therapy. You can still get the help that you need without ever being at the bottom. Because what happens when you are a jerk and you fuck up everything and you're a homeless, but then you're like, I want to change, but now you can't because you don't have a suit, and then you know the cops don't let you fucking camp at night and you can't
But like
find a
that's
place.
not. I'm just saying like in a. So that's not what I'm saying. No, I agree. Like, but like I think
Mm-hmm.
like what I'm getting at is that there should be like other alternatives that are much smaller, that are like basic and
Yeah,
minimal. Like you know what I'm saying?
that is the way it
Like
is. That's the way it
a
would be.
apartment complex that, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
2 3 room or 2 3 beds per room. Like that's different
Yeah,
versus like giving a
that
homeless
would
man
be
off the street.
that would be the start of it.
You know,
It would
it's
be like
different than
that.
giving like a homeless man off the street who's been
Yeah,
a
no
junkie
one.
for
Yeah,
20
he
years and
doesn't need
beats
a
women. You
mansion.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm
exactly. No,
getting
we
at.
don't
Like
start.
they don't
We
deserve
start
a whole lot.
small and
No,
build it up.